Yo dudes!
Welcome to high protein, amazing, delicious Mezze falafel bowl.
So this is 30 grams of protein per portion, packed full of fiber, plant diversity, really good for your immune system. I make this every week for my family. My kids, and some of them don't necessarily like vegetables, will always eat this. This is delicious and one of my all-time favorite meals.
Also, this dish has no tofu in it, so it's soya-free, really, really good, and yeah.
First step we're gonna do is we're gonna make our falafels. Falafels traditionally are made with uncooked chickpeas. So you will take dried chickpeas and you'll soak them overnight with baking soda. I prefer to do this. This is more hassle, and dried chickpeas aren't as readily available anymore. Supermarkets don't seem to stock them. So we're gonna just show you an easier way to do it, just using tinned chickpeas. So drain and rinse 1 tin of chickpeas. So that's 250 grams of cooked chickpeas into a food processor. In on top of that, we've got half an onion, 1 clove of garlic, juice of half a lemon, 1 tablespoon of cumin seeds. I'm gonna go with some coriander seeds, 1 tablespoon of ground cumin, generous pinch of salt. And now, most important bit, and this is a great way, like we have a farm, a 4-acre organic regenerative farm, and greens are just so packed full of plant diversity, chlorophyll, really good ingredients. So got a nice handful of coriander.
Flavour. So in terms of herbs, we're just gonna go with parsley and coriander. We're gonna give it lots of it.
And go with the stalks too. We wanna make sure this holds together. So traditionally the chickpeas would be soaked, so they'd have a little bit more starch and kind of moisture. So I'm gonna go with 2 tablespoons of gram flour. It's gonna increase our protein content and just enable them to stick together a little bit better. So traditionally chickpeas are deep fried and that gives that lovely crispy note. We wanna make this healthier, so we're gonna go in with 2 glugs of olive oil. That'll just add a little bit of fat in and it'll just enable them to stick together better. You'll have to clean down the side once or twice just to make sure it blends together, and you do want to go moderately fine. What you're looking for here is a texture that will hold together. So take it out, just check the texture. Make sure there's no lumps or stalk like that. This will hold together beautifully. Just check, taste a small amount and just season it. Make sure it's happy with there's enough salt in it.
Go a bit here.
Oh, nice. Love the texture. Okay, we're gonna bake these in our air fryer because we wanna make them more healthy. So just take your air fryer out and just shape them into little balls. I prefer to go on the smaller side so you get more crisp per falafel size. And I prefer to go slightly flatter and rounder rather than...
a kind of like large coin shape.
Yeah. When I do it, I'll always do it in batches. I'll always bake, like I'll soak the chickpeas because I find them to be better. And half a batch I'll always store in the freezer for those days when you don't feel like cooking.
So we're gonna bake these at 200 degrees for about 15 minutes in our air fryer. Obviously you can do the exact same in the oven. You do not need an air fryer.
You wanna make sure they're crispy and brown on the outside.
The second component in our high protein dish is a quinoa tabbouleh. So we're using quinoa. We've got about 100 grams of uncooked quinoa, which it's probably turned into about 250 grams of cooked quinoa. You could do the equivalent with couscous, which is much quicker if you wanted to.
Or else just use a pre-cooked quinoa that you buy in the supermarket. And on top, half an onion finely diced.
I noticed that's a red onion, is that?
A red onion, yes. Yeah, exactly. I've gone with 1 cucumber and 2 Roma tomatoes. So right now in Ireland in summer, we have tomatoes and cucumbers on the farm and coriander and red onion, so it's great. I love coriander, also known as cilantro. I'm gonna include the stalk. We're going with loads of it. And I'm gonna go with a little bit of mint, just for that extra little bit of panache.
And obviously, if you don't like coriander, you could use basil or parsley instead. But yeah, I think statistically about 9% of the population don't like coriander or cilantro because they say it tastes soapy. So let us know down below if you are one of those people.
In terms of seasoning here, we're keeping it really nice. We're just going with a pinch of salt.
Notice the way Stephen uses when he's transferring stuff from the board into a bowl. See the way he turns the knife over so you don't blunt it. That's just a simple thing which does actually make quite a difference.
So seasoning, very simple, generous pinch of salt. It will draw the moisture out of the tomatoes and the cucumbers, but the quinoa's there to catch it.
We're gonna go in with the juice of half a lemon or a lime, whichever you have.
And a little glug of olive oil. So about 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil and mix it through.
And obviously we're gonna use salt and pepper just to season it once we've mixed everything.
Next component we are making is pickled red onions. Finely slice them into half moon shape, removing any kind of like white bits. Just, I think with a pickle, you kind of really want it to be pretty.
So a lot of people buy pickles, but it's very easy to make them, and they can only you can leave them to pickle for as little as 10 minutes and they still will have that kind of acidic, beautiful contrast of flavour which it brings to the dish.
Into our pickle, generous pinch of salt.
We're going to go in with half vinegar. We're just using a simple apple cider vinegar, and we're going to go in with half water.
I think if you can, worth putting just a tiny little bit of a sweetener, so like 1 teaspoon of maple syrup. Leave them sit just there for 5 minutes while we do the rest of our
Third
ingredients.
component, complete. Next component, we are going to saute our greens. It's almost like the way a filling of a spanakopita, some version of it. It's going to give a lovely contrast of buttery greens, which is going to add to our high-protein falafel bowl. I'm going to go in with about a tablespoon of olive oil.
Once the olive oil is heated up, we're going to add in our spinach. This is 200 grams of spinach, which is quite a lot. And then on top of that, a generous pinch of salt. That will help it wilt down. We've got 1 scallion, which we have finely diced at a slight angle, and that goes in on top. And we've got juice of half a lemon. So vitamin C will help the absorption of iron in the spinach as well, helping it breaking down and bringing more moisture to help stew it down.
Okay, we're banging that off.
So with the spinach, just make sure to take it off before it's overly cooked, because it will continue to cook at the residual temperature.
So our last component is making a simple Duca. So this is a toasted seed, lovely flavouring, which is going to give a contrast of texture to our high protein bowl.
A pop of aromatic spices and a bite of crunch. So what we have here, we've
got some coriander seed, cumin seed, we've got some sesame seeds, and we've got some almond flakes. So I'm cooking this at a medium temperature. I don't want it to burn too quick. And how I'm going to know when it's done is I'm going to start to smell the aromas of the toasted seeds. So we'll take somewhere between 3 and 6 minutes. As soon as the cumin seeds or the sesame seeds start to pop, that's when you know it's done. So we're going to knock it off the heat now. This is a pestle and mortar. It is preferable to use this. You could use some other contraption if you want, but this is our choice.
You could use a blender or a food processor, pop in a generous pinch of salt, and then just leave a little bit of texture in it, but grind it down so you can still identify what's on it, but that it has some degree of uniformity in the cumin. The coriander seeds are broken down.
The aromas when you're doing this are really, really rich and beautiful. Okay, so now to show you and put our dish together. This is, honestly, it's one of our favorite dishes.
Okay, tabbouleh on the base. Generous.
And look at all the colours, like it really is. In terms of plant diversity, you've got so much variety here, and the herbs are so key here.
You're pushing approximately 30 different plants in this bowl alone.
Including 30 different plants, so really high in fibre. Also, you've got at least 30 grams of protein per serving, so it really is fantastic. And ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, a high protein, just super fantastic falafel mezze bowl. This is one of the delicious recipes in our recipe club. One of the keys that we find to eating plant-based is having delicious recipes and being able to cook them and making accessible. That's what our recipe club is. It's done on our app. It's the cost of the cost of a cup of coffee per month, so it's very affordable. Over 700 delicious recipes. So if you're interested, there's a link to that down below. We're Dave and Steve from the Happy Pear. We've been helping people eat plant-based for 20 years, and we really appreciate your time.
This is one of my family's favourite dinner. I couldn't recommend it more. More than 30 grams of protein per portion, plant diversity, incredible. Thanks for watching. Bye.